It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Washington. It's the Panthers and the reigning Super Bowl champs, under the lights on Sunday night.
It's the National Football League, presented by... One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett. Play action now. Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's when you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stats going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Now a hit and a loose football. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Brissett. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Chase Young in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And leading them out, their signal caller now in his 4th season in the NFL. The 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 15. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 85 yards. And the Commanders have struck first in this NFC title game. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big playability. They can strike from anywhere.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing. Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Brissett. There's Tremble, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 2nd and 13. Brissett. That caught by Tremble.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Got an open man here. It's K.J. Hamler. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. They'll get this down to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good 1st step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They run forward with Hunt, and he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks, and the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. The 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders. At about the 32. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They get 17 there. Good for a Commanders first down. They go play action with Howell. Slings this deep from McLaurin. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. Now, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Brissett. He's going to look deep for more. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a...
He's got a man complete. A huge play there for Washington. And even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Commanders continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and it is 28-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Brissett on first down. A short throw held in by Trimble. On the move past the 40. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that clock's going to be on the ground.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Throwing again on second down. Brissett. And it'll be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them now.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Lutz with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. This time they stay on the ground, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Out of the air on 1st and 10. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. One last shot before the break. Howell. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. And they have made this look easy. There's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
With a play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. But that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, 77 yards. And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and it is 42-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
19.
First down, Brissett. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. On second down, Brissett again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that will set him up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And it's caught.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another second and goal. Robinson diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. They run again with Hunt. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Handoff up the middle. Hunt. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. They'll try to throw now. Brissett forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. To throw, Brissett, and that'll be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end, and he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Brissett sets to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. A disappointing end to that drive, making it to the red zone, but they'll again, CD, wind up with nothing.
And nothing, that's been the key word because they've had drives throughout that have finished off with nothing. Can't finish off a drive to save their lives in this game. And this one winds up again, giving them, dare I say it, nothing.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Robinson up the middle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 64 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Powell throwing on 1st down here. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Jamison Williams, 38 yards. And the Commanders are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Brissett. He's going to look deep for more. His throw incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's the Panthers punter now. as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Fielded just inside the 30. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
Well, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell.
It's caught at the 10. A huge play there for Washington. And even 40 yards.
Here's Howell.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
The Charles are still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Brian Robinson Jr.
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Commanders continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th.
Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off, and he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tonight.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Caleb Farley. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Robinson with another carry. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame as he goes over the century mark with the AFC title on the line. They'll run with Robinson.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 41.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Celebration time in D.C., Washington, the NFC champs, as we say thank you for watching and good night.